Hello, welcome to our channel Learn to Score. In this video, I'm going to discuss few important problems from coordinate geometry chapter for your final exam. I hope you will like the video. Please subscribe to our channel for regular updates. Thank you. Based on my analysis of previous question papers, here I'm going to list few important topics from coordinate geometry chapter that are the distance between 2 points and problems based on distance formula. Problems based on section formula that are finding the midpoint of a given line. Find the coordinates of a point dividing the line segment in a given ratio and finding the division ratio given a point. The other topic is find the centroid of a triangle. Find the area of triangle formed by given points. Find the area of triangle using Heron's formula and finding the slope of a line. Let us solve some problems now. Problem number 1. Distance between 0, 7 and minus 7, 0 is what? We are given 2 points 0, 7 and minus 7, 0, and we are asked to find the distance between these 2 points, right? We know that distance between 2 points x1, y1 and x2, y2 can be written as square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, right? If I say that the first point given 0, 7 is x1, y1, then x1 is going to be 0 and y1 is going to be 7, right? Similarly, if I say that minus 7 comma 0 is x2 comma y2, then x2 is going to be minus 7 and y2 is going to be 0, right? Now let's substitute these values into the formula given such that distance between 2 points 0 comma 7 and minus 7 comma 0 can be written now as square root of x2 minus x1 whole square, that is minus 7 minus 0 whole square, plus y2 minus y1 whole square, that is 0 minus 7 whole square, right? This can be now written as square root of minus 7 square plus minus 7 whole square. This can be written as square root of 49 plus 49, right? I can also write it as square root of 2 times 49. We can write this square root of 2 times 49 as square root of 2 times square root of 49. We know that square root of 49 is 7. That's why it becomes 7 times root 2. So to answer the question, distance between the points 0, 7 and minus 7, 0 is 7 root 2. This is what we are asked to find. The next problem is if the distance between 2 points x, 1 and minus 1, 5 is 5, then find the value of x. We are given 2 points x, 1 and minus 1, 5, and the distance between those points is given, that is equal to 5. What you don't know is the value of x. We have to find the value of x, right? We know that distance between 2 points can be given as square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, right? Let me say that minus 1, 5 is x1, y1. In that case, x1 is going to be minus 1 and y1 is going to be 5, right? And x, 1 is equal to x2, y2. In that case, x2 is going to be x and y2 is going to be 1, right? Now let's substitute these values into this formula so that the distance between the points minus 1, 5 and x, 1 is going to be square root of x2 minus x1 whole square, that is x minus of minus 1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, that is 1 minus 5 whole square, right? When you simplify it, you can write it as square root of x plus 1 whole square plus minus 4 whole square, right? We know that minus 4 whole square equal to 4 square, right? Let's write this particular expression now as square root of x plus 1 whole square plus 4 square, right? We know that distance between The given points is 5. It means square root of x plus 1 whole square plus 4 square is equal to 5. It means x plus 1 whole square plus 4 square equal to 5 square. What I have done here, I have squared on both the sides of the equation, right? So you get rid of square root here and you get square here, right? That's what we have written here, x plus 1 whole square plus 4 square equal to 5 square. You can rearrange this such that it can be written as x plus 1 whole square equal to 25 minus 16, that is equal to 9. It means x plus 1 whole square equal to 9. I can write 9 as 3 square. It means x plus 1 whole square equal to 3 square. If I drop square on both the sides of the equation, then it becomes x plus 1 equal to 3, right? It means x equal to 3 minus 1, that is equal to 2. So to answer the question, the value of x is 2. This is what we are asked to find, right? The next problem is show that the points A, that is a comma 0, and B, that is minus a comma 0, and C, that is 0 comma a root 3 form an equilateral triangle. If you draw an equilateral triangle, what you can see is all the sides of equilateral triangle are equal. It means for this particular triangle ABC, AB, length of AB is going to be length of AC, and that is equal to length of BC, right? It means the distance between 2 points A and B is equal to the distance between points A and C, that is equal to the distance between points B and C, right? We know that distance between 2 points is given by square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, right? Now if I say that I want to find the value of the distance between points A and B, that is length of line segment AB, let's say that A equal to x1 comma y1, so that x1 is going to be small a and y1 equal to 0, and b equal to x2 comma y2, then x2 is minus small a and y2 is 0, right? Now let's substitute these values into the distance formula such that we can write distance between a and b as square root of minus a minus a whole square, that is x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. When you simplify this, you can write it as square root of minus 2a whole square, right? This can be written as square root of 4a square, that is equal to 2a. So the distance between a and b is 2a. So let me write it as 2a. Now let's find the distance between a and c. Here I am considering x1 comma y1 as a, that is a comma 0, and x2 comma y2 as c, that is x2 equal to 0 and y2 is a times root 3. Let's substitute these two now into the distance formula such that we can write the distance between a and c as square root of x2 minus x1 whole square, that is 0 minus a whole square, plus y2 minus y1 whole square, that is a root 3 minus 0 whole square. When you simplify it, you can write it as square root of a square plus 3a square, that is equal to square root of 4a square, that is equal to 2a, right? Now we have seen that distance between a and c is also equal to 2a, right? Now let's find the distance between b and c. To do that, let me say that b equal to x1 comma y1 and c equal to x2 comma y2. When you substitute these into the distance formula, you can write the distance between b and c as square root of x2 minus x1 whole square, that is 0 minus a whole square, plus y2 minus y1 whole square, that is a root 3 minus 0 whole square. When you simplify it, you can write it as square root of a square plus 3a square, that is equal to square root of 4a square, that is equal to 2a. Now we obtained BC also as 2a, right? It means AB equal to AC equal to BC. Hence we say that the triangle ABC is an equilateral triangle. This is what we are asked to show. The next problem is find the midpoint of the line segment joining the points 2, 7 and 12, minus 7. We know that the midpoint xy can be defined as x2 plus x1 divided by 2, y2 plus y1 divided by 2, right? Let's say that 2, 7 is x1, y1 and 12, minus 7 as x2, y2. Let's substitute these values into the midpoint formula such that we can say midpoint x, y equal to x2 plus x1 divided by 2, that is 12 plus 2 divided by 2, comma y2 plus y1 divided by 2, that is minus 7 plus 7 divided by 2, right? When you simplify it, you can write it as 14 by 2, 0 by 2, right? That is equal to 7, 0. So to answer the question, the midpoint of the line segment joining the points 2, 7 and 12, minus 7 is 7, 0. This is what we are asked to find, right? The next problem is, in what ratio does the point minus 4, 6 divide the line segment joining the points A minus 6, 10 and B 3, minus 8. We are given 2 points A and B. The line segment is joining these 2 points. And we are given another point that is minus 4, 6. And we are asked to find in what ratio this particular point is going to divide the line segment AB, right? We know that section formula x, y is defined as m1x2 plus m2x1 divided by m1 plus m2, comma m1y2 plus m2y1 divided by m1 plus m2, right? The ratio is given by m1 and m2. Actually, the ratio is going to be m1 is to m2, right? Now let's say that x, y is minus 4, 6. This is the point. This is the section point, right? And x1, y1 is a, that is minus 6, 10. And x2, y2 is b, that is 3, minus 8. Now let's substitute all these values into the equation such that we'll get the values for m1 and m2 or the ratio m1 by m2. When you do that, you can write, okay, let me write only the formula for x, that is x equal to m1 x2 plus m2 x1 divided by m1 plus m2, right? Now let's substitute the values of x, x1 and x2 into this formula such that I can write x as, okay, let me rearrange this equation such that I can write it as m1 plus m2 times x equal to m1 x2 plus m2 x1. Now let's substitute the values of x, x1 and x2. When you do that, I can write it as minus 4 times m1 plus m2, that is m1 plus m2 times x equal to 3 times m1, that is x2 times m1 minus 6 times m2, right? Now let me rearrange this so that I can write it as minus 4 times m1 minus 4 times m2 equal to 3m1 minus 6m2. Let's rearrange this such that I can write it as 6m2 minus 4m2 equal to 3m1 plus 4m1. What I have done, I have taken 6m2 on the other side and taken minus 4m1 onto this side, right? When you do that, what you get is 2m2 equal to 7m1. It means m1 by m2 equal to 2 by 7. This is what we are asked to find. Right? To answer the question, minus 4 comma 6 divides the line segment joining the points A and B in the ratio 2:7. Let's see the next problem. That is, find the coordinates of the point which divides the line segment joining minus 1 comma 7 and 4 comma minus 3 in the ratio 2:3. If you see, we are given 2 points. When you connect them with a line, you get a straight line. And we want to find the coordinates of the point which divide the line segment in the ratio 2:3. Right? We can make use of section point formula here. That is x comma y equal to m1 x2 plus m2 x1 divided by m1 plus m2, comma m1 y2 plus m2 y1 divided by m1 plus m2. Right? We have now x1 comma y1 as minus 1 comma 7, x2 comma y2 as 4 comma minus 3, and m1 is to m2 equal to 2:3. Let's substitute now these values into the section formula such that we can obtain the values for x and y. Those are the coordinates of the point which divides the line segment in the ratio 2:3. When you substitute, you can write it as x comma y equal to 2 times 4 plus 3 times minus 1 divided by 2 plus 3, comma 2 times minus 3 plus 3 times 7 divided by 2 plus 3. When you simplify it, you can write it as 8 minus 3 divided by 5 minus 6 plus 21 divided by 5, right? 8 minus 3 is 5 and minus 6 plus 21 is 15. So let me write it as 5 divided by 5 comma 15 divided by 5. It is 1:3. So to answer the question, the coordinates of the point is 1:3. This is what we are asked to find, right? 1:3 is the point that divides the line joining minus 1 comma 7 and 4 comma minus 3 in the ratio 2:3. The next problem is, show that the points minus 4 comma minus 7 and minus 1 comma 2, 8 comma 5 and 5 comma minus 4 taken in order are the vertices of a rhombus. When you draw a rhombus, it looks like this. The properties of interest for this particular problem of rhombus are all the sides of rhombus are equal. It means if I have a rhombus ABCD as shown here, the distance between points A and B, that is line segment AB, equal to BC, that is equal to CD, that is equal to AD, right? And other point is the diagonals bisect each other. It means if you consider the midpoint of the diagonals, diagonal AC, the midpoint of diagonal AC and the midpoint of diagonal BD is the same, that is O. Now using the distance formula, we can see whether all the sides of the given geometry are equal or not. If they are equal and if the diagonals bisect each other, then we can say that the given geometry is rhombus, right? We know the formula for distance between 2 points. Let me now consider first 2 points A and B. That is, A is minus 4 comma minus 7 and B is minus 1 comma 2. The distance between them is x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2. When you substitute and simplify, you get it as minus 1 plus 4 whole square plus 2 plus 7 whole square under root, right? When you simplify it further, you get it as square root of 3 square plus 9 square, that is equal to square root of 9 plus 81, that is equal to square root of 90. we don't need to further simplify this because we want to see whether all the sides of given geometry are equal or not. So if we get the distance between, we got distance between A and B as square root of 90. If the distance between B and C, C and D, and A and D as square root of 90, then we say that all the sides of given geometry are equal, right? That is going to satisfy the first requirement. So to check that, now let's find the distance between other 2 points. Those are B and C. That is, B is minus 1 comma 2. I'm saying this is x1 comma y1, and C is 8 comma 5. That is x2 comma y2. So that distance is going to be square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. When you simplify it, you get it as square root of 90. So the distance between B and C is also square root of 90. Let's now consider the other points C and D. The distance between C 8 comma 5, that is x1 comma y1, and D 5 comma minus 4, that is x2 comma y2, now can be written as square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. When you simplify it, you get the answer as square root of 90. So the distance between C and D is also equal to square root of 90, right? The next pair we have is D and A. Let's say the distance between D, that is 5 comma minus 4, and A minus 4 comma minus 7. I'm calling D as x1 comma y1 and A as x2 comma y2. When you substitute those two into the distance formula and simplify it, you get the answer as square root of 90. It means all the sides of given geometry are equal. That is, AB equal to BC equal to CD equal to DA, right? The other requirement we have is whether midpoints of the diagonals are same or not, right? Let's check that now. We know the midpoint is defined as x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma y1 plus y2 divided by 2, right? Now, if I consider the first diagonal, that is AC, right? A is here and C is here. Let's find the midpoint of these two. That is going to be minus 4 plus 8 divided by 2, comma minus 7 plus 5 divided by 2. When you simplify it, you get it as 4 divided by 2, comma minus 2 divided by 2. That is equal to 2 comma minus 1. So the midpoint of diagonal AC is 2 comma minus 1. That is the midpoint of yellow line. Now let's see the midpoint of other diagonal, that is BD. Whether that also comes out to be 2 comma minus 1 or not, that's what we have to check now. The midpoint of BD is going to be minus 1 plus 5 divided by 2, 2 plus minus 4 divided by 2. When you simplify it, you get it as 2 comma minus 1. Now you see the midpoint of these two diagonal lines is also same, right? Now we have seen all the sides of given geometry are equal and the midpoint of diagonals of the given geometry is same, right? Hence we can say that the given geometry is rhombus. In other words, we can say that the points given are the vertices of a rhombus, right? The next problem is find the centroid of a triangle whose vertices are minus 4 comma 4, minus 2 comma 2, and 6 comma minus 6. We know that centroid x comma y is defined as x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3, comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. Let me say that minus 4 comma 4 is x1 comma y1 and minus 2 comma 2 is x2 comma y2 and x3 comma y3 is 6 comma minus 6. Now let's substitute these three pairs into this formula such that we can get the centroid x comma y as 0 divided by 3 comma 0 divided by 3. It means 0, 0 is the centroid. So to answer the question, centroid of the given triangle is 0, 0. Right? The next problem is find the area of triangle whose vertices are 2, 0, 1, 2 and minus 1, 6. What do you observe? So first we have to find the area of triangle. We know that area of triangle is defined as half times modulus of x1 times y2 minus y3 plus x2 times y3 minus y1 plus x3 times y1 minus y2, right? Let's say that x1 comma y1 is equal to 2 comma 0. That is the first point. X2 comma y2 is 1 comma 2 and x3 comma y3 is minus 1 comma 6. Let's substitute these into the area of triangle formula such that we can get it as 0. So the answer, area of triangle, is 0. To answer the question, we can say that area of triangle whose vertices are 2 comma 0, 1 comma 2 and minus 1 comma 6 is 0. What does it mean? If area of triangle is 0, what does it mean? It means the given points are collinear points. It means they are on a straight line. The 3 points are on a straight line. They're not forming a triangle. That's why the area of triangle is 0. Right? The next problem is find the area of triangle whose lengths of sides are 12, 9 and 15 meters using Heron's formula. Area of triangle is given by Heron formula as square root of s times s minus a times s minus b times s minus c, where s is equal to a plus b plus c divided by 2, where a, b and c are the lengths of the sides of the triangle, right? Here, lengths of sides of triangle are given 12, 9 and 15. Let's say that a equal to 12, b equal to 9 and c equal to 15. So using these three values, we can find what is the value of s, right? Once you know the value of s, we can substitute into the formula of area of triangle given by Heron, right? Let's do that now. S equal to a plus b plus c divided by 2. That is equal to 12 plus 9 plus 15 divided by 2. That is equal to 36 by 2. That is equal to 18. So when you substitute all these, area of triangle is going to be square root of 18 times 18 minus 12, that is s minus a, 18 minus 9, that is s minus b, times 18 minus 15, that is s minus c. When you simplify it, you can write it as 18 times 6 times 9 times 3 under root, right? Let me rearrange it and write it as 18 as 2 times 9, that is 2 times 3 square, and 6 as 2 times 3, and 9 as 3 square, and let's keep 3 as is, so that it can be now written as square root of 2 square, that is you have 1 2 here and other 2 here, that is square root of 2 square times 3, total 6 times. Here 2, 1, 2 and 1. When you sum them, you're getting 3 power 6. So it can be now written as square root of 2 square times 3 power 6. Let me rewrite it, and so that I can write it as square root of 2 square times 3 cube whole square. Now I can remove square root and these squares, right? When I do that, it's going to be 2 times 3 cube. It means 2 times 27, that is equal to 54. To answer the question, the area of triangle is 54 meters square, right? The next problem we have is the endpoints of the line are 2 comma 3 and 4 comma 5. These are the 2 points representing the line. Find the slope of the line. We know that slope of the line is defined as m equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, right? Let's say that x1 comma y1 equal to 2 comma 3, x2 comma y2 equal to 4 comma 5. When you substitute these values into the slope formula, m can be written as 5 minus 3 divided by 4 minus 2. y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. When you do that, you will get it as 2 by 2, that is equal to 1. It means the slope of the line is 1. This is what we are asked to find, right? I hope you like the video. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel Learn to Score. Thank you.